I'm going to tell you the real reason why the military hasn't shot down these alien crafts. Stop letting the media and the government confuse you when they call these alien ships drones. They are not drones. That's a word that is purposely used by the media to confuse you. And what you're seeing now on the TV is like, oh, somebody was flying a drone, got arrested, or they're showing you pictures of real drones. And the reason why there's real drones up in the air, like drones from our government, is to film these alien crafts. So the media and the government's like, oh, look, that's a drone. No, that's their drone. Yes, that's theirs. But those other ships are not drones. And you're going to see more and more social media posts of how an alleged drone crashed or someone was arrested for driving a drone. And if a drone did crash, yes, it's a drone, but it's a man. It's from Earth. It's from a government official. It's from a person driving it. That doesn't mean the rest of those thousands of ships are drones. So that's what the CIA does. That's what our government does. It's called disinformation. And it's done to confuse you. We all see the videos. Everybody's watching these videos. Those lights, those ships are not, well, they are from Earth. They're from the center of the Earth and they're from the ocean. They are not man-made and they are not being driven by humans. And the reason, let me get back to my main topic before I went way off. The reason why the military has not shot down these alien crafts is because President Eisenhower already made contact with these beings almost 100 years ago, and they agreed that these beings can come and go as they please, and the United States military would not fire at them or treat them as hostiles. So the Pentagon is lying. The Defense Department is lying. That's why they're ignoring your local politicians, because they know in a couple days from now, for the most part, that these beings, spiritual beings, aliens, whatever you want to call them, they're going to go away just like most of the time they just go away. Why they're coming out in such excessive numbers, nobody knows. Our government doesn't know that. The military doesn't know the answer to that. The Defense Department doesn't know the answer to that. And even if they did contact the alien to find out, it doesn't mean that they're going to tell them the truth. It doesn't mean the alien is going to tell the truth. At any given time, think about this. Think about this. That alien craft can hit the bottom of the ocean in less than a second, come back from the bottom of the ocean, and be 50,000 miles up into space in a millisecond. The G-forces don't do anything to their technology. It doesn't crush their technology. It doesn't do anything to their technology. Do you think our weapons, even our military weapons, can do anything to these beings or that alien equipment? That's why all these citizens calling for the military to shoot these crafts down, you don't want that. You do not want that. You do not want these ships to look at you as enemy combatants, because we don't have the technology to destroy these things. We don't have that technology. They would wipe us out in a millisecond. The Defense Department knows this. The Pentagon knows it. The deep state government knows it. And they're just hoping within a couple days or a couple hours, that these alien craft will disappear how they usually do. This is the greatest, biggest sighting yet. And you have all, the citizens in each state, oh, shoot it down and just shoot them down, get rid of them and shoot them down. No, that's not the answer at all. That's not the route that you want to go. Think logically. What happens to our ships, boats, when they go a certain depth into the ocean, they crush immediately. That doesn't happen to these ships. What happens when our planes and aircraft move at certain G forces or go a certain distance into the sky? They crush. They get crushed. They can't take the pressure. That doesn't happen to these craft. Do you really think that our weapons can do anything to these alien ships? Whether they're alien ships, demonic beings, spiritual beings, whatever you want to call them, they're not man-made and they're not flown by men or women. So let's get into President Eisenhower. President Eisenhower's military made a deal with Zetas for weapons and cloning, and rejected a deal with Pleiadians offering peaceful technology and wisdom. That's when he warned us about the military-industrial complex. Excuse me. Pleiadians then approached President Kennedy. Pleiadian starseed, who was much more aligned with their teachings at the time. JFK was very close with Marilyn Monroe. Pleiadian starseed. Marilyn was very interested in UFOs and life on other planets. He told her everything. She was thrilled and wanted to tell the world we're not alone. The military was listening. Not long after, both Marilyn and JFK were gone. Pleiadians, hope I'm saying it right, Pleiadians have remained in contact with individuals and the NSA military intelligence ever since. The intent to bring disclosure is never wasted, and no one is gone forever. This is true. Whatever these beings are called, the Pleiadians and what's the other name? The Zetas and the Pleiadians. The CIA, if you go on the CIA website in the vault, they have certain records that they allow the public to look at, and this is on there. This is documented. You know, all these politicians that you elect, they don't even read their own government documents. They're on TV. Now, some of them are acting, you know, oh, we don't know what they are. We got to find out. Joe Biden's going to tell us. Meanwhile, they already know. They're given talking points. The new one is, oh, these craft are not hostile. They're friendly. Of course, they're going to tell the public that. First, they made a deal with these beings that it was going to be peaceful. Second, they don't really know the answer, so they don't want the public to panic. They have no clue what these alien ships are really up to. Demonic entities, spiritual entities. They have no clue what's really going on. All they know is, for the last 200 years, these beings come and go. They've never opened fire on our military, on our civilians. And when they do interact with our civilians, these aliens, the aliens have all said one thing. They've all said one thing in common, that they're disappointed in the way that humans treat each other, our pollution, our crime, the way we treat each other, that they're disappointed that the world is in chaos. That's the common theme that these beings have told humans at every interaction. If you look at every interaction that was documented, that's the one thing that these beings all say, how disappointed they are in humans, their behavior, and what they've done to Earth. You could look at hundreds of articles and read it for yourself. It's not just me saying that. So let me show you something. You see this app on my phone? It's called Enigma, Enigma. This is an app that tracks UFOs, and I had a experience with a UFO April 20th at 8:18. April 20th, 2023 at 9:18 p.m. And I'm going to show you the report that I made with the government. I'm going to read it to you. I just got done jogging. I was in Belmar, New Jersey at the time. I was in Belmar, New Jersey on the boardwalk at this time. I just got done jogging. It was dark out. It was about 9:15, 9:18 at night. I look out into the water from the beach because I'm on the boardwalk, and I'm looking out into the water, and above the water, probably about 15 to 30 feet high, there was a red spear, and it was just hovering, and it wasn't making any sounds. The spear was reddish, pinkish in color, and illuminating, and wasn't making a sound. On the outside, it was reddish color. On the inside, it was like a white or silver, and it was glowing. It was illuminating, but it was kind of like more red in a way. And then I was just staring at it for minutes, and I was looking around because there was other people on the boardwalk, and I was thinking, has anybody seen what I'm seeing? I didn't have my phone on me because I just got done jogging. And then it just gradually kept getting closer to me, closer to me, closer to me. And then it just went straight over me about 15 feet in the air with no sound whatsoever. And as it went up, it expanded to the size of a football field. I know for a fact this isn't a plane. It was circular and a spear and looked like a giant watermelon from a distance. Again, the color was red, pinkish, and it was illuminating a white light. Now, the reason why I'm having trouble reading that, look at that. I gave a voice message to describe what I saw. This is over a year ago, before any of this information was released. Okay? The app is called Enigma, Belmar, New Jersey, 9:18 p.m. when I was jogging. I described exactly what I saw. And what happened was when I applied to this app, it's from the government, they do an investigation into your report, and then they let you know if you're going to be accepted to the program or denied. I waited 24 hours. They told me I was accepted. And then when I looked at all the other sightings, there was 200 sightings along that coastline saying that they saw exactly what I saw. And man, did that make me feel relieved. I feel so vindicated right now that all this is coming out on the news, because for all I heard for months and a year, like that I was a nut job, I was losing my mind, I was a conspiracy theorist, I was all these things. And I uploaded some alien footage that I took the other day with the green lights, with the energy. It looks like a spear rotating, and then it pulses at certain times. It doesn't want you to film it. I have to upload that. And the last thing when I made this report, about 10 days later, 8 blocks up from where I saw this, it was the morning time. I look out into the ocean, and you know, like when a window gets cracked, how there's all the cracks? Well, out into the ocean, the ocean looked cracked, and the cracks were purple, like illuminating purple, the brightest purple that you ever have seen. And I was like, man, this is too much. And when you look at the news and you look at all these reports, the colors that I described, the shape of this craft, how it moved, I described everything a year before any of this information was released to the public. April 20th, 2023. April 20th, 2023, I made my first report about alien crafts. We are not alone. The government is lying to you. The reason why Joe Biden and the Pentagon and the defense is not shooting these things down is because we already made contact with these beings about 100 years ago. We've already made an agreement with them that we would let them come and go as they please, and we wouldn't treat them as enemy combatants. So all the citizens here trying to You know what? To them, that's not a good idea. If they land and things start coming out, I have to be careful what I say on YouTube. Then you got to do what you got to do. If you see a craft, you should not engage it as an enemy combatant. Let it go. Let it be in peace. Let it do its thing. I've had 4 of them for the last week outside my house. Just 8 o'clock at night, every night at 8 o'clock, I've had 4 of them outside up in the sky, just standing there, just hovering, not making a sound. I have video of them. I put the video on my YouTube, the green light, the pulsing. This is for real. Again, I'm not going to keep saying it over and over, but I guess I have to. You're being lied to by Joe Biden, the president, the FBI, the CIA, the Defense Department. Everybody involved already knows. That's why they don't ever shoot them down. That's why they don't engage them. That's why you'll see the military, our Air Force, will not fire at them. Our Navy will not engage them. The police, nobody, they're getting direct orders not to treat these aliens as enemy combatants. It's very important that the public understand this. The government is putting your life in danger right now by not telling you not to engage these alien ships, spiritual ships, demons, spiritual beings, whatever you want to call it. They're putting your life in danger by not telling you not to. Do not engage these vehicles. Do not fire at these vehicles. You're making a mistake. Your weaponry cannot do anything to these ships. It can't. Do not antagonize these alien craft. Don't do it. Remember, we are not alone. Whether they're spiritual beings, aliens, whatever you want to call them, they're here. They're letting us know they're here, and we're not alone. Now, if they land and they start coming out of the ship, I don't have the answers. I know I'm going to protect myself. That's all I know. As far if a ship is in the air and it's just hovering, leave it alone. Leave it be. They start knocking on your door, pounding on the door, hey, you do what you got to do. But if they're in the air and they're not treating you as an enemy combatant, leave those ships alone. I'm telling you, for your best interest, the safety of you and the safety of your family.